Nothing was wrong with your shoulder. It was all right. Thank you. Tank know that move. You step around, go.
Like, it was more so of back and forth, and then once I got tired, then it was like a little, like he picked up a little bit. But it was nothing like crazy like.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather is once again seeking attention. It started as a back and forth, but once Gervonta Tank Davis stepped away from his camp, Mayweather's tactics took a darker turn. Recently leaked sparring footage shows Davis getting knocked down, and it's no coincidence who released it.
I was in a lose-lose situation. Now,
What?
came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just it was a situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought,
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza.
Who?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on the show. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game, letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it's
like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was giving you game when I was going through it.
Yeah.
When I was at the lowest part of my career, I was telling y'all niggas how so you wouldn't have to get to here. And now it's like betrayal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after I guess again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up mine. But it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat.
When asked about his falling out with Mayweather, Davis remained calm but honest. He said he came to realize that Floyd would always make decisions that benefited himself first. There was no point expecting loyalty when everything was about control. An Image Davis made it clear he's moved on and he doesn't look back with regret.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. He basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you." And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. That's what I was. For real? That's what I was told at the time.
Ryan Garcia recently reignited an old rumor that Gervonta Davis was knocked out during sparring. According to Garcia, everyone in the boxing world already knows. He insists it's not just locker room gossip. In fact, he claims Floyd Mayweather himself has hinted at it in the past.
Like I said, he's delusional. But one thing I do know is he did get knocked out by somebody in Floyd's gym. Everyone knows it. Every single person knows. Everybody over here has heard that story. And I don't want to hear no lies. You guys all know he got knocked out cold by some Russian. I don't know if he was a Russian fighter. Somebody knocked him out cold.
An old sparring video surfaced showing Devin Haney getting the upper hand against Davis, and fans were quick to connect the dots. The footage was leaked by Mayweather himself. In the clip, Davis is clearly on the back foot while Haney controls the pace. This wasn't just a random highlight, it was calculated. Many believe Mayweather released it to paint Davis as vulnerable and take attention away from his strengths.
Ask the question. it ain't even worth asking because it was a one-way deal. Only one man controlled it. And that was Devin Haney.
Davis didn't stay silent. He shared that during sparring sessions with Haney, every time he started gaining momentum, Mayweather would stop the session. It happened repeatedly. To Davis, it felt like the sparring wasn't being handled fairly. He began to question whether Mayweather ever wanted him to shine at all.
Adrian had the weigh-in. So from his weigh-in, they meet us at the food spot. So from there, we go to the gym. So remind you, they already got this set up. Floyd already got it set up. He already posted on Instagram. It probably was like 100 people in there, and he turned the heat up. That's what Floyd do. He turned the heat up in the gym while you in there. So he turned the heat up. Boom. We spar, but while we sparring, Floyd is in the ring. Like every time I'm punching, Floyd like grab my hand, like yank it back, where so I can't even punch Devin. So it was times that like I catch Devin, boom, or I'm about to swing and Floyd like yank my hand back, or he'll push me to the ropes. Like he was actually like touching me while we were sparring. Like
why?
Like, he was, cause it was like Devin was his guy, cause Devin was training at his gym at the time. So, and he was training with his father. So, Devin was on. I mean, Floyd was on Devin's side.
Sounds
so
like
that's
a conspiracy to me.
Yeah, but later down the line, probably about like a couple months. No, this was recently, not recently, but probably like 2 years ago. I asked Devin to like come to like spar me. He was like, "No, I ain't no sparring partner." I had somebody hit him up. That was.
Davis also pointed out a troubling pattern: how Mayweather constantly stole the spotlight. On the day of one of Davis's major press conferences, Floyd held his own media event. The timing wasn't a coincidence. Instead of support, Davis felt overshadowed, sidelined when the moment should have been his.
After seeing what I seen when Gervonta Davis was talking about the beef between him and Floyd Mayweather and how he wanted him to lose against Jose Pedraza, when I watched the end, when they was announcing Tank as the winner, you could see Floyd Mayweather in the back just looking salty, wiping his nose. He not even really clapping. He looking like, damn, this nigga beat the odds. But y'all, this shit is crazy. Look at this photo. Look how Floyd is looking at Gervonta like, damn, I wanted you to lose for real. The whole fight hit different. Y'all need to go watch it over. This shit crazy, fool. So if people don't know, allegedly the beef stemmed from Floyd Mayweather's daughter Snapchatting Gervonta on Snapchat. I'm guessing people when Floyd Cam got wind of that and they told Floyd like, hey, I think Gervonta knocking your daughter boots. Floyd said, Gervonta knocking my daughter boots? Nah. Then they showed on the proof. They like, look, the proof is in the pudding and he's all up in it. She's Snapchatting him. Floyd couldn't believe his eyes. He said, this nigga, man, after I put him on, that's how he gonna do me. He gonna do my daughter. So next thing Gervonta know, Floyd didn't even talk about it. He didn't even bring up the situation that his daughter was getting but doing. He just told him, your next match is against a world title holder named Jose Pedraza. And Gervonta goes, oh, Slim, I don't think I'm ready for that. And Floyd said, well, you better get ready, because if you don't take this fight, I'ma hang you on the shelf. You gonna be washed up. So in Gervonta's mind, all the odds were stacked against him on this fight because he had onlookers that was supposed to be in his camp wishing him to lose just over a mishap because he said he didn't knock Floyd Mayweather's daughter boots off. He said she sure wanted him to get that thing dusted though.
Floyd didn't even show up to Davis's press conference. Had a press conference today the same day as my press conference. Tank said, no matter how much money you have, you can still be a jealous. Davis went on to say, Floyd is jealous of him, that he has a lot of jealousy and envy in his heart. And Floyd, he didn't take too kindly to that.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drop out while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Fans noticed Floyd's absence immediately, especially since Davis was still under Mayweather Promotions at the time. It sent a loud message: Davis was on his own. For a fighter still under the banner of a promotional company, that kind of silence says everything.
And that was Gervonta Davis. He had basically said that some people are just jealous-hearted, and basically it looked like he was alluding to Floyd Mayweather having his press conference with the Anderson Silva card on the same day because he believes that Floyd couldn't take that someone else is in the limelight. Like, he couldn't stomach it. So Floyd Mayweather, seeking the attention, decided to try to upstage him, which Floyd has done that in the past. Like, you look at the fight with Canelo versus Golovkin. Everybody was looking forward to that fight, and then out of nowhere Floyd announced that he was fighting Conor McGregor, and it kind of stole the steam away from Canelo Golovkin, and it took the sails out of it took some air out of the sails of Canelo Golovkin, because people were looking for that fight, and people were like, okay, that's the best fight in the calendar. But then Mayweather and Conor McGregor, just their personalities, they came with this crazy energy and a press tour, and it just diverted attention away. So he has done it before, but now he's being accused of doing it to his own fighter by the fighter himself, possibly, because again, it was subliminal, and then that's what people are thinking. So Floyd responds to this, and he says, as far as me being jealous of anyone, and I'm not talking about my fighters, I mean, God has truly blessed me and put me in a position to be able to give back to my fighters. If giving back is jealousy, then that's what it is. Fighters and individuals are going to feel like they want to feel. And my job is to always be a bigger person and continue to stay positive.
Even after Davis pulled off a huge win against Jose Pedraza, Mayweather didn't look happy. Cameras caught Floyd at ringside tense, annoyed, and anything but celebratory fans watching knew something was off. Some believed Floyd was upset because Davis was becoming too successful too fast.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Gonna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You next in line, just so you're next in line.
Is there like a
The last question, guys, gotta wrap up.
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah,
fighter?
yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
As Davis prepared for a major fight against Frank Martin, new accusations surfaced. Mayweather had allegedly shared Davis's training footage with Martin's team. There were even rumors Floyd gave Martin personal advice on how to exploit Davis's weaknesses. If true, this wasn't just petty, it was betrayal, and the tension only grew.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just ahead of Davis's rematch with Lamont Roach, more sparring footage leaked. Once again, Davis was shown in a vulnerable light. The timing raised eyebrows. Many fans believed it was another strategic jab from Mayweather, meant to shake Davis's confidence before a big fight.
Lamont Roach draws with Tank Davis in a 12-round championship fight for the ages. The 135-pounder Tank could not knock out the 130-pounder in Roach. This was a very close fight. How did it all happen? Let's talk about it. So this fight really got going in the 5th round. Tank did his classic download of information in the first 4 rounds. Then in the 5th and 6th, he starts opening up on Lamont, and we're thinking, okay, Tank's gonna knock him out soon. But in the 7th and the 8th, Lamont came back and started taking it to Tank, even wobbling Tank a little bit with a straight right in the 8th. In the 9th round, something really weird happened. Tank took a knee and ran back to his corner to get his face wiped off. I thought he forgot his mouthpiece at first, but he must have had something in his eye. But here's the thing, no point was taken away from Tank in that round for taking a knee. If a point was taken, then Lamont would have won the fight. Those two 114-114 scorecards would have had one less point for Tank. I just came to that epiphany. But in the championship rounds, this fight did not slow down. On my scorecard, I gave 10, 11, and 12 to Roach. He was landing the much cleaner shots. You could tell Tank was getting pissed every time he missed and Roach would land. I don't know, after reviewing this whole fight, I thought Roach won, but I'd have to go back and look very closely at those first 4 rounds. Tremendous fight though. I want to see a rematch. What did you guys think of the results? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.
Davis has said it plainly. Mayweather struggles when someone else is in the spotlight. Even when fighters under his own promotion succeed, Floyd finds a way to shift the narrative back to himself. Social media rants, surprise interviews, new exhibition fight announcements. Somehow, it's always about Floyd.
Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach is staying as a draw, which is because Gervonta Davis obviously took a knee and it should have been called out as a knockdown, but it wasn't. But this just means that Lamont Roach is going to take Gervonta Davis in the rematch, unless Gervonta Davis ducks the rematch with Lamont Roach because he knows he's going to get his once again.
If I get touched, it's
You
over.
come.
I'm
You come.
coming on that.
Behind the tension, Davis believes Mayweather felt threatened. As Davis's popularity grew, so did the comparisons to Mayweather, but instead of embracing it, Floyd pulled back. Davis said it best, Floyd didn't want a new king in town, especially one with knockout power and mainstream appeal.
And hopefully,
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Fuck, surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, you know. And maybe they get a third fight, you know, after that. Who knows?
Maybe it turns the market back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, you know what, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you know, you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well in his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight, even if he were to lose, but in a great fight, shit, he'll get a third fight.
Right.
No?
Mikey, what do you make of him saying he wants to go to therapy to fix his mental health, but not yet because he doesn't want to get fixed yet because he needs that edge?
I'm not a psychiatrist, bro. I don't know. Everybody's a little different. What I got to say is, if you're dealing with any mental health, it seems to be a very common thing. I mean, if you don't feel that you're 100% dedicated or 100% capable of blocking out, you know, personal life issues or whatever to get in the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're,
it seems like a lot of fighters
if you're
are going through stuff and they get in.
If you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him do it,